Hello everybody, and this is the morning after the night before. Well, we've driven down to Brighton, and we parked up at the Brighton Caravan and Motorhome Club site yesterday. Well, we actually got there Thursday night late, and we used their overnight parking thing, and we were due to meet with our son over from Sweden yesterday, but unfortunately they're not well and couldn't travel, so that was a bit sad, but there you go. We wish them well. We did manage to sort of text backwards and forwards, but anyway, what we did was we went for a walk from the from the Caravan and Motorhome Club site over here, quite near Brighton Marina. We walked down to the seafront and then right along into Brighton town centre, which, well, to put it mildly, it's quite a long way. In fact, after our festivities yesterday afternoon, evening, we walked back, and by the time we got back, I had walked 20,500 steps or thereabouts, so twice what the recommended daily is. So I think we did quite well, and I think the Fitbit tracker, this thing I wear on my wrist now, the Fitbit tracker said it was like 14 kilometres that I'd walked yesterday, so doing pretty well, I think. Was really tired when we got back, but I think that was probably more to do with too much beer than walking a long way. Anyway, while we sort of walked around, I've been thinking about updating the camera, so I went into the Panasonic shop to ask if, and I'm thinking about getting the G80 with a 12 to 60 millimeter lens. I've currently got the G7. I started off with the Panasonic Lumix G5, which was great, excellent little camera, and I was switched from a Canon 5D full frame camera, which was massive, onto the G5, and the only problem with it was that it didn't have a sound input when you're making videos, so you had to record the sound separately or through the onboard microphone, which was always rubbish. So I managed to find a G7 for about half price after about 2 years of owning the G5. Sold the G5 onto a filmmaker, a videographer here in Brighton. He rather liked it with some. He bought a lens converter thing and started using all sorts of funny lenses on it. A CCTV camera lens, which gave a really nice video effect. Brilliant. Anyway, and he always recorded sound separately anyway, so it wasn't an issue. So stepped up to the G7, missing out the G6, which wasn't really much of an upgrade, and I don't like to upgrade too often. I think you miss out on stuff. But looking at the G80, which I suppose would be called the G8 if they kept to their thing, but I think they're trying to separate out the video from the still features, because they've released the G9 as well, which is really focused around still imagery rather than video, whereas the G80 has video and is less, still very capable at still, but less capable than the G9. So I've been looking at the G9. I checked online before I went and made sure that the Panasonic shop in Brighton, well, their website said they've got them in stock. Got there, oh no, we don't stock those. they move too fast, so we can't keep enough stock. Weird. And I said, but your website said it's, yeah, the website doesn't mean it's in stock at the store. It means they have it at Panasonic and can deliver it to you or to the store. That was a bit rubbish. So I popped down the road to Curry's, Dixon's Curry's, to see if they didn't have any. Sorry, a bit distracted there. Somebody was nearly reversing into the front of the van. So ended up having a look at the second-hand shop. They didn't have any, so didn't get it in the end. Maybe I'll just order it online from Amazon. I'm not sure whether I want to upgrade or not now. I don't know. I think I probably will. But there we are. So I had a walk around Brighton and looked in other shops and so on and so on. Had a coffee, sorted out some banking issues. Weirdly, about 3 years ago, we used to bank with TSB, and about 3 years ago we stopped using the accounts and went back to our main sort of bank. But apparently 3 years ago, and we weren't aware, there was a standing order that had sort of dropped and not been paid because there was no money in the account, and they'd returned it. But here's the thing, the standing order was from a current account to a savings account, both TSB, both in our names. But because the standing order couldn't be completed, TSB chose to charge us £10. So we don't use the account. We didn't really see or realise that they charged us £10. But for the last 3 years, and we don't have statements. It was online banking, so we don't have statements. They've been charging us like £1 a month for an unauthorised overdraft. Ridiculous. So we had to go and get that sorted out. So it cost us £47 for nothing. Thanks TSB, rubbish. I did ask, I did suggest to them that actually it was all internal to TSB and they were being a bit horrible. And, the rather nice girl on the counter said, well, you've agreed not to go overdrawn. You did go overdrawn. I said, yeah, but. And they wouldn't have any of it. Anyway, so it cost us £47. But I did find out that I had some money left in two of the accounts. So we came out, I think we came out like 70 quid ahead. Well, ahead, I say. We got 70 quid in total out of the bank, so after paying the £47 in ridiculous charges. Shame on you, TSB. Shame on you. Anyway, so we then sort of went off, did some other little banking. We needed to pay a couple of checks into the main bank and get all that done. A little bit of looking around the shops, and then we thought, well, what do we do now? And it was sort of late afternoon by then, so we thought, well, maybe pop down the lanes, the Brighton lanes, have a little mooch around and pop into a pub, have a swift half, as they say. Found a student bar, which was quite nice, but beer was horrendously expensive. 2 pints of ordinary cooking lager cost 10 quid, which is very, very expensive. And so we moved on from there, we're walking up through Kemp Town, and as you might know, Kemp Town is quite a gay area, and we're not, homophobic or anything like that, but going into gay pubs, it's when you're not gay, it's like, I don't know, it doesn't feel right, and I've tried to do it before, and it just doesn't feel right. Anyway, so we managed to find a pub just opposite the old Amex building. Went there, real old styley pub, and if you saw the little 16-second live stream from yesterday, you'll know what it's like. There was it was all quiet when we went in there, and we sat and sort of had a couple of pints, and then we got involved in this birthday party, because you know, lots of people started coming in, bringing all the sort of party food and laying it out. So, you know, we didn't have any party food, but you know, we were there. I bought the birthday girl a drink. You'll see her on an upcoming video, if I can manage to find enough reasonable footage from my drunken ramblings. But there you are. So that was our day, and then we walked back home, stopping off in Lidl, where I'm parked now, just to buy some food for dinner that night. We bought, what did I buy? I went in and bought some salad, some ready-made salad, and crayfish tails, prawns, and smoked mackerel, and some cheese. It made for a gorgeous meal, actually. It was really, really nice. And then went off to bed. After so much beer, I was suffering badly. The room was spinning. It was awful. I've not felt like that for a very long time. I don't want to feel like it again. So there you are. That was our day. How is Pippin doing? Pippin is doing very well. Look, she is here. Down here, Pips. You see her? There we are. Hello, Pipsqueak. Yeah. So she's doing very well. She's sat on the seat next to me. As I say, I'm parked in the Lidl's car park. Wendy's in there buying. I think she's in there buying Christmas wrapping paper, because we're off now to have a little lunch party with the other bits of the family that are in Brighton and Brighton Hove, Peacehaven, all that area. So that should be quite nice. You can drive down into Hove, find a parking spot, and have a nice time there. Then we're off to Alderstead Heath, where we'll be staying up there. So anyway, that's it. Did you have one for Stacey? Yes. Well, I think we had one for everybody. The amount of beer we drank, all that money that we found in the TSB bank went on beer. I'm absolutely confident. Beer's so expensive down here. I've got used to the northwest beer being cheap, and actually getting change out of a tenner for 2 drinks. Down here, you're not getting much change out of a tenner. Anyway, I'm going to leave that there for the day. Wendy will be back in a few minutes. It's a beautiful, beautiful sunny day, and we're going to enjoy it meeting up with the family. Anyway, that's it for now. Wendy's in the shop, so she can't say goodbye, but I'm going to say goodbye now. Bye for now. See you soon. Bye-bye. Yeah, and there's a usual delay in me trying to find out how to stop the video. Have we stopped it? Yeah. Are you sure we want to end the stream? Yes, I am.